Now, as you all know, the United Conservative Party wants to pull Albertans' retirement savings out of the Canada Pension Plan and start some new thing in its place. And the government claims to be consulting with Albertans about this idea. But if you go to the Government of Alberta website, you get this Carnival Barker pitch. Alberta Pension Plan, what's in it for you? And then you can scroll down and find out, and I'm quoting straight from the website here, more money in the pockets of Albertans, larger pension benefits, bigger paychecks, business savings, a more stable pension plan. Honestly, I'm a little disappointed there's no cure for male pattern baldness in there. But still, I look at this website and I think, this sounds pretty amazing. Why didn't we do this years ago? And of course, there are some very good answers to that question. The idea itself has been studied by the Government of Alberta itself before and rejected. But you won't find a mention of these studies on the government website or even a whiff of their findings. You won't see any mention of the multiple points of failure for this scheme. The first of which is that it's built on the absurd idea that 12% of Canada's population can walk away with 57% of Canada's pension plan. This is a deeply unlikely scenario, yet it is the only one used, and it is from that other made-up numbers are produced. Incredibly, the survey does not actually ask you if you want to leave the CPP. Lots of questions about design features for an imaginary plan. What color do you want your unicorn to be? But no opportunity to say that you oppose the whole idea to begin with. So we wrote, as the NDP caucus, we wrote to the head of communications and public engagement within Alberta's public service, and we told him the survey violated the Government of Alberta's own public research policy. But he hasn't fixed it. And that's because the violation is not a defect, it's a feature. When it became clear that the government survey was bogus, we also started our own with a simple question. Should Alberta leave the Canada Pension Plan? And we got an overwhelming response. So far, more than 30,000 Albertans at last count, with 90% opposing the plan to leave the CPP. So we have this strange specter of a so-called conservative government using the power of the state to spend Albertans' money to create a fake portrayal of those same Albertans' wishes so that that state can get its hands on those same Albertans' retirement savings. Aren't these so-called conservatives supposed to be the ones keeping the government away from citizens' money? You know, if Daniel Smith and the UCP truly believed that this was a good idea or even a popular idea, they wouldn't need all of this dishonesty and fraud. If you really wanted to debate a new Alberta pension plan, have the courage of your convictions. Present the actual likely upsides and opportunities, for sure, do that. But also present the risks and the potential harms. Because what we are talking about is pulling the retirement savings of millions of Albertans out of one of the best performing pensions in the history of pensions.